Students, a very good morning to all of you. Welcome to the class. In today's class, we will discuss the nature of term dramatic monologue. What does it signify? What is the scope of a dramatic monologue? Let us discuss and come to know more about dramatic monologue. So, dramatic monologue is a sort of a miniature drama. A single comprehensive speech of a character, historical or imaginary, uttered at a critical moment in the life of the speaker, absorbing into its substance of surrounding scenery and silent audience or listeners and all the relevant facts calculated to throw a flash of light upon the whole life and the real characters in the person concerned. It is generally in the nature of reminiscences, descriptive of some strange experience or climatic event, some doubt or puzzle which unfolds the soul's history in a moment. All of you have read My Last Duchess by the renowned poet Robert Browning, and you must be remembering how that Duke is elaborating to a group of people who is with him. None of from the group is communicating. This communication is a one-way communication as it appears to us, and the Duke describes his Duchess, who is no more, who is ruthlessly killed, and he delineates her nature. And on the other part, we, the reader, we keep comprehending the cruel Duke's nature and the sweet Duchess who is no more. And we come to know about the character of the Duke, how cruel he is, how greedy he is, and we also come to know about the Duchess, how sweet she was, how humble she was, and what crime has taken place. And this dramatic monologue by Robert Browning reveals very beautifully, but in a remarkable way, how the Duke conveys not only the personality of his wife, but he also conveys his thought process, how ugly his frame of his mind is, we come to know. So, the dramatic monologue differs from the ordinary soliloquy at least two respects. So, you must have read soliloquies in the drama prescribed in your course. Dramas of Shakespeare, soliloquies and asides are there. So, what is the difference between a soliloquy and a dramatic monologue? The first difference is it is more comprehensive and searching than a soliloquy, and lights up a larger area of speaker's inner life, which in a single soliloquy, born of the immediate occasion, is seldom able to do. So, a dramatic monologue is wide in range. It gives us a wide idea about the speaker's mind in comparison to soliloquy. Secondly, a dramatic monologue is meant generally to be heard, but a soliloquy can only be overheard because it is a sort of thinking aloud, a dialogue between the character and his soul, a spontaneous effusion of secret thoughts and feelings which are not meant for alien ears. Dramatic monologue is a kind of dramatic lyric, but it is only under special circumstances that a dramatic lyric can become a genuine dramatic monologue. The dramatic lyric, in a simple form, is the spontaneous utterance of feelings and sentiments, not the poet certainly, not of the poet certainly, but of character created by him. Very early in his life, Robert Browning had become conscious of his dramatic genius. As I have already told you that Robert Browning has written 8 dramas as well, along with writing great dramatic monologues. It was on the publications of his Paracelsus, that a dramatic poem, that he found himself and realized that dramatic monologue was the form best suited to his genius. He wrote some plays which failed to keep the stage, but he undoubtedly possessed in the highest degree some of the elements of dramatic genius, though he did not possess all of them. So, some of the very prominent dramatic monologues by Robert Browning include Rabbi Ben Ezra, Fra Lippo Lippi, My Last Duchess, A Grammarian's Funeral, The Last Ride Together, etc. So student, this much for today's class. We will continue the discussions on Robert Browning in our next class as well. This much all for today's class. Thank you very much.